Between 2:30, he's coming, no? What is his name? Judge.
It's delayed.
Delayed.
Yeah.
Manojji told morning itself he will come.
From airport to here, you never know what type of traffic you will get. Let me know. Hello. Hello.
So wisdom, yellow.
Oh, I was telling them, I looked at them, I can't remember yellow you said was cement. I think I need all this information cemented in my mind.
Wisdom with
But wisdom
cleansing,
too.
with cleaning. Green.
Green. Yeah.
We'll discuss about how to breathe properly. Because we discuss about pranayama and all those things, but before getting into pranayama, you must know how to breathe properly. So without knowing how to breathe properly, how can you do pranayamas? Pranayamas are much more advanced breathing techniques. So you must know how you should breathe properly. It's very important. What is the most important aspect of your life, do you think?
Health.
Health. So which process you're doing in your physical system is most important?
Breath.
What about eating?
Oh,
Yeah.
but
It go with the age.
Age? Why?
When you're a teen, you have some other things that are important.
No, really important.
Really.
Not what you
Biologically important.
biologically and to survive, to live.
but like eating, you can go for a few weeks, you know. But like the breath, I think you cannot go for more than a minute.
You can what are the sources of energy, first of all? What are the sources of energy you have?
Food is one.
Then
Solar,
Mhm.
sun,
sun, yeah.
Oxygen.
Yeah, oxygen you get through breathing, right? And water.
water.
Caffeine.
A lot of caffeine-free tea and coffee is available. If that is important, then they will not keep there.
You said a source of energy. Red Bull.
Sun, water, then air, food. These are the four major sources of energy. And among these four, which is the most important one?
Air.
Air. Why? How many days you can live without food?
Many days.
65.
7 days.
65?
50 days at least you can live.
Really?
Oh, water's the thing you can't do without. Water's more
Water.
important.
But with water.
Before that.
Without food and with water, 45-50 days you can live.
But water you have to have. Like 7 days without water. Like that.
Yeah, 7 to 10 days.
Without water, 45 days.
No.
With water.
Oh, without water, 7 to 10 days. Somebody would say, okay, I can drink, coffee, tea, and juices and carbonated drinks, and No, I mean that also has water, right?
Questionable.
No, it's not questionable. Water is definitely there.
I had a friend that had cancer and she decided she didn't want to stay on the planet. So she did that. She just didn't drink anymore or eat anymore. She just stopped eating and drinking and then she was gone in 7 days.
Wow, she's so
Wow.
determined
Mhm.
not to be so strong like that.
Yeah.
Vinoba Bhave, the disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, so he fasted for 13 days without water. Survived.
Probably does some damage to your body though.
Might be. And without sunlight, how many days you can live?
Quite a few, because I don't see sun ever hardly.
In Norway and Sweden, 6 months, no sunlight.
Oh.
At least 6 months you can live. And I think the India IT people live more than 1 year. Because
They get depressed.
Yeah,
They get depressed.
that's different, but they live.
Not depression.
Because morning 5 o'clock they leave. Because bus comes and takes around 2.5 hours to their place. And evening again 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. That takes another 2.5 hours. So literally they don't live in sunlight. So, and without breath, how many months you can live?
0.
You got a
But
couple
then
hours
again,
till your
the
brain dies.
lower
Not
quality
even
of
an
air,
hour.
right?
Pardon?
Minutes.
Pardon?
Quality of air.
Quality of air also matters, right?
Then you stop breath, stop breathing. You cannot stop your breathing, no?
No, you have a couple minutes at the most.
Yeah, world record is few minutes.
There was a guy that didn't breathe for 17 minutes.
Yeah,
And he,
19 minutes is the world record.
this guy that I know of, he went into a coma, but he actually fully died for 17 minutes, and he actually came back. I don't know how that happened.
So no breath during that 17 minutes.
No, I'm talking about not dying. Without dying, the person is 19 minutes he stopped his breathing.
Oh, okay.
But there are people like, yogis who can stop their
Yeah.
breath, like I told,
Exactly.
Yeah.
for years together. They can stay. Even this Chambal, have you heard of Chambal? Chambal, the famous Pulan Devi. She was a lady bandit. So the bandits, what they do, they are in Chambal. If police comes, they jump into the river, deep river. Some places very deep, at least 20 feet deep. So they just jump into it, stop their breath, and after half an hour, 1 hour, they come out. So police comes, searches, and there goes. That's how police never could find out, these people. And that place was so dreaded in India, very famous. So police never was able to catch them.
Sounds like James Bond. 007.
He also stops his breath. He stops his breath.
No.
And they never catch him.
He's got other devices.
So with constant practice, you can do it. Like the technique I told you, Kapalabhati. Focus your mind on something, and then automatically breath gets suspended. So that is okay. So generally, what happens? Breath is the most important aspect of life. Even few minutes of lack of breathing can kill a person. So this is the most important aspect of a life, but most neglected. While eating food, you choose a lot, right? You're buying clothes, at least 10 shops you visit and see the best one and buy the best one, right? While eating food, you choose, salt is too much, then, this is a little, the smell is not that great. So many things about food. But while breathing, do you ask yourself, I should have breathed a little slowly. My breathing should have been a little longer, a little deeper. Do you ask yourself? So most important aspect of life is most neglected. So naturally, your life will not be that great, right? So that's why most of us were suffering from some problem or other problem. So we need to breathe properly. Before getting to proper breathing, let us try to understand. Why do you breathe? The body is made up of cells, and these cells are undergoing something called metabolic activities. And these metabolic activities, to sustain these metabolic activities, you need oxygen. Now, how do you get oxygen? You're breathing. So you breathe in and bring in this oxygen to the cells. It goes to the lungs, and from lungs, blood collects this oxygen, goes to the heart, and heart pumps it to every cell of your body. Cells absorb this oxygen, then they throw out something called carbon dioxide and some other toxic material. And these things, again, blood collects and brings to the lungs, and from lungs you throw it out as exhale. This is the process of your breathing, respiration. But unfortunately, most of us, we don't do it properly. Do you know the lung capacity? How many liters of air your lungs can take? Only? I think it is for males it is 6.3 liters and females it is 5.6 liters. Average. That much of air you are capable of taking in. But do you know how much you take generally? 500 to 600 ml. How much you should take? If you remove that, say, even 1/4, because 1/4 of your lungs is always filled. You cannot empty the lungs. If you remove that, still, it'll be like 4.5 liters of air you're supposed to take in. And how much you're taking? 500 ml. That means it is around 1/9 of your lung capacity. So when you take such less quantity of air, what happens?
Atrophies.
Pardon?
It atrophies.
Yeah, actually there are some alveoli, air sacs. So this air goes and from here blood brings in carbon dioxide and the tiny capillaries, blood vessels. It is outside this air sacs. Now, how this carbon dioxide can come in and oxygen can get in? I mean, get out of the lungs to the bloodstream. There is something called diffusion process. When there is a diffusion process, what happens? It says that if there is a semi-permeable wall, if there is a fluid at one side, there has to be another fluid to create that exchange of gases. So if carbon dioxide is giving pressure from outside, there has to be some fluid so that carbon dioxide comes in and oxygen gets out of the lungs to the bloodstream. So now you take 500 ml. So naturally what happens? You put very minimum pressure. So very little exchange takes place. So little carbon dioxide is able to get into the lungs. Now this whatever little oxygen you took to the blood and the whole lot of carbon dioxide, you carry it and you send it to every cell of your body. Now your body had rejected this carbon dioxide because it is dangerous for you. And what you're doing, you're resending back. Now what it will do? It will go and kill the cells. That's what exactly happens. It happens in every organ of your body. In your brain, in your heart, your muscles, liver, everywhere. It goes and kills the cells and all the organs become weaker and weaker. When a baby is born, we expect the baby to live 100 years. But how long the baby lives? Average age is around 65, 70 nowadays. So when you lose these 30 years, this is one of the biggest reasons. So you need to breathe properly. You need to make sure that, you have to fill the lungs completely so that you can create enough pressure from within. So all the carbon dioxide will be able to get into the lungs and your blood receives a much better supply of oxygen so that you can take it to every cell of your body so that all the organs function better and they live longer.
the reason behind, with any type of typical breath work, you take less amount of time breathing in and more amount of time breathing out? What?
We'll
Yeah.
come to that. In this discussion, we'll come to that. So, how do you know your lungs are filled or empty? Is there any method? Can you do one thing? Place your palm on your stomach and tell me, when you breathe in, your stomach is going in or coming out? Some of you it will go in, some of you it will come out.
Out.
Out for you. Anybody going in?
I can force it to.
No, of course, naturally. When you breathe in, stomach going in. Anybody? It's coming out for you. Everybody.
Mhm.
Majority of the people, it goes in. Not here, but outside.
Oh.
So what to do? You're right or wrong?
I think we're right.
You're right.
Yes, I always say I'm right.
Why? Why are you right?
Because
he cannot be wrong.
Actually, you are right. 90% of the people breathe oppositely.
No way.
Yes.
Breathe it out
They breathe in.
or breathe in?
I mean, when they breathe in, stomach goes in.
How is it possible? This is natural, right? When you breathe
Yeah.
in,
You're taking in air, so of course air will expand.
How? You're not sending air to the stomach, right?
Oh.
or if you breathe from your, there are two ways of breathing, right? You can breathe from your stomach and you can breathe from your heart as well.
So it's going in now.
Now it goes in, yes. If you breathe from your heart, it goes in.
Chest.
If you breathe from your stomach, then it goes out.
Have you attended a 5-star party ever? 5-star hotel party? You go and attend. You will see people are, coat, tie, something to sip. Look at the breathing.
Breathing from the top. There is breathing from the top.
Like that it will be going on. What happens if you get stressed? Your chest gets tightened. Once your chest gets tightened, diaphragm becomes stiff. It moves upward. And once your diaphragm moves upward, your stomach goes in. And breathing in. And when you breathe out, you relax your chest. So diaphragm is released. So it moves down. So stomach comes out. That's how you breathe oppositely. But 90% people breathe like that because 90% people, they're highly stressed. Now you are here, so you're enjoying, you're relaxing. So breathing is proper, right? Maybe later, if you find out, you might be breathing oppositely.
I think that breathing is more of a shallow breathing, right? Where you're breathing from the top. That's it, you're not going all the way.
Yeah. But it's very dangerous. Why? When you breathe in, you take air into the lungs. Lungs are expanding. But because of the tightness of your chest, your diaphragm moves up. So it stops the expansion of the lungs. So lungs are under strain. So they expand to the sides. And poor heart is here. Both lungs come and compress the heart. Heart is also under strain. So heart is under strain, lungs are under strain. So naturally these two organs will be affected, which is not good. So we need to breathe properly. So why this is right breathing, abdomen coming out? Have you seen a little baby breathing? How the baby breathes? Have you seen?
Yeah. Stomach.
Expansion and contraction. Have you seen a cat or dog breathing? Have you seen
Yeah.
Cow or buffalo breathing, elephant. Only human beings breathe oppositely. No one else. You won't see any other species breathing oppositely. Only human beings, because that stress is only there in human beings. Other people are very natural. They don't breathe oppositely. They breathe right. Okay. So you need to breathe. Your stomach should come out while inhaling, and exhaling it should go in. But not just only stomach, the chest too. Because when you breathe in, just a moment.
There's no touch, nothing.
It's trying to breathe.
Strange.
It's talking to you without.
Is a somebody stealing? Then it.
No, it's surprising. Because
What happened?
no, I was just saying why the
Siri.
Siri is talking. So still it's capturing the voice. You don't know.
Okay. So what happens when you breathe in? Your lungs expand. Lungs not only expand this way, but also this way and this way. So if you put your palm like this and breathe in, you'll feel the expansion of your chest. And when you breathe out, this is the only measurement. If you apply for police or army, they take, this is the only measurement twice they take. Every other measurement just once. Because this is after inhaling and after exhaling. After exhaling, it will be lesser. After inhaling, it will be more. Right? So when you inhale, your lowest part of the lungs gets filled, then middle part, then the upper part. Similarly, when you empty the lungs, your lowest gets emptied, then middle, then upper. So the type of people about whom I told in 5-star hotels, that is known as clavicular breathing, high society breathing. Generally, high society people breathe like that. Like that. And then middle class breathing, that's called intercostal breathing, the central part of the lungs. This middle class breathing. Then poor people, low class breathing, that's called abdominal breathing. It's abdominal breathing. But we want all three people, right? In the society. So you need to combine all these three. Then it becomes full yogic breathing. So when you breathe in, your lowest part of the lungs, then middle lungs and upper lungs. And while breathing out, lowest, middle and upper getting emptied. So place your palm on your stomach.
Guruji, 90% of the people are poor, so then they should feel good, right? You said like 90% of the people do wrong breathing.
No, 90% people are not poor. Most of them are middle class. Poor section is lesser. America much lesser poor. Okay. As you inhale, your abdomen should come out and chest should open up. And when you exhale, your abdomen should go in and chest should contract. And how do you know your lungs are totally filled or empty? If your lungs are totally filled, what will happen? They will expand maximum. So the diaphragm is pushed down maximum. So your abdomen comes out maximum. At the same time, the chest opens up maximum because lungs are expanding maximum. Should we close the windows? I think it's a bit cold.
Yeah. There's one behind you that's open.
Suddenly there's a climate change.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people want to go there like stomach in, right? Because when you breathe through your stomach, basically your stomach is coming out. People want six packs or whatever. So they want to have the stomach to be tucked in. So that's why when you suck your stomach in, then you're not doing a natural breathing. That's what. Is that
But this is a wrong concept. Some people told If you breathe through your abdomen, then your abdomen will come out, bulge out. It's not like that.
That's my second question.
You don't. Come. What happened? The beard. The blanket. So, now, how do you know your lungs are totally filled or not? If your lungs are totally filled, what will happen? They will expand maximum. So, abdomen, diaphragm will move down maximum. So, abdomen comes out maximum. Chest opens up maximum. And while exhaling, your lungs gets completely empty. So, chest contracts and abdomen goes in. So, if your abdomen comes out maximum and chest opens up maximum while inhaling, and while exhaling, the abdomen goes in maximum and chest contracts maximum. That means you breathe fully, breathe in fully and breathe out fully. Lungs are totally filled and totally empty. Okay, can you do that? Lie down and do it. Put one palm on your abdomen and other palm on your chest area. And feel your breathing. As you inhale, feel how slowly air is entering your nostrils, flowing through your breathing tract, filling your lungs, expanding them. Diaphragm being pushed towards your abdomen. Your abdomen slowly coming out and your chest gradually opening up. And while exhaling, feel how slowly air is coming out of nostrils, emptying the lungs, pulling the diaphragm into your chest, abdomen going down towards your back and your chest gradually contracting. Maximum with comfort. Don't force it. Do comfortably. Okay, now sit up. Don't feel like to sit up.
Yeah.
So you're able to feel the breath, all of you, right? So this is the way you should breathe. But okay, so if you go to a doctor and doctor tells you to take a deep breath. This is what called deep breath, right? The doctor tells you to take a deep breath. So how do you take it? Right? This is how. But this is not the right way of breathing. Though your lungs are completely filled, stomach coming out, chest opening up, and stomach going in completely, chest contracting completely. But still, this is not the right way of breathing. Why? There's a noise while breathing, right? From where you get this noise? From your nostrils. And how do you get the noise? Because of something called friction. Have you heard of friction? When a body moves on a surface, the surface has a tendency to oppose the movement of the body. And that opposition is known as friction. Opposition to motion is known as friction. And the body gives up some energy to the surface so that it can pass through. The energy which it is giving is known as frictional loss of energy. Now, when the body moves at a higher speed, faster speed, there will be more opposition, so more friction, so more frictional loss of energy. The same thing with your breath. When breath passes through the inner membrane of the nostril, the inner membrane opposes the movement of the air. In other words, it causes friction. And air has to give up some energy as frictional loss of energy to the surface to pass through. Now, when it moves faster, there will be more opposition, more frictional loss of energy. Now, energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. So, where this frictional loss of energy goes, it gets, transformed into another energy known as sound energy and heat energy. You will see air is hotter when you exhale. Why? Because of this friction, right? And there is a sound. So this frictional loss of energy gets converted into sound energy and heat energy. Is it good to have that heat and sound? No. Why?
It's leaking energy.
You're contributing towards global warming and noise pollution. Right? Just imagine 750 million, right? 750 million, not 750 million, 7,500 million people, 7.5 billion people creating heat and sound. How much of noise pollution and how much of global warming, right? So it's not good. Actually, and when do you breathe like this? When you do something heavy physical activity, right? You tend to breathe like this. And when else? When you get stressed, angry, frustrated, agitated, worried, you breathe like this. Let us do a mathematical calculation. How much time do you spend in heavy physical activity like climbing, running, jogging, this type of heavy things, lifting? How much time in a day? Maybe 1 hour?
20 minutes.
45 minutes to 1 hour? Okay. But how much time do you get angry, frustrated, agitated, stressed, worried? How much time in a day?
1 hour of not specific.
Not 1 hour. Definitely not 1 hour. It's much more.
He says 1 hour of not stressing out.
Oh, not stressing.
So 23
Yeah, somebody
hours.
told me that when I'm in office, all 8-9 hours it is like that.
Yeah.
But other person tells no. When I go back home, much more is waiting for me.
And the traffic too.
Traffic too, by driving.
Traffic is the worst.
So easily 8 to 10 hours, right? Then how about during sleep?
Yes.
Most of the time, half the sleep is REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. And during that rapid eye movement sleep, your breath is faster. Because you undergo dreams. And what do you undergo in dreams? Stress, worries, anger, frustrations, fears, and all those things. So totally around 12 to 15 hours a day you breathe like this without your knowledge. You're not aware of it. Without your knowledge.
Guruji, I have this teeth clenching problem. That's what I discovered like last year.
Me too.
That
Me
you know
too.
where you clench the teeth at night and then in the morning it's like joy, like, and then my teeth have like gone, like 25% have gone because of that. Now they give me this
Night guard.
night guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is more because of stress, subconscious stress. Night it manifests. All the time you're trying to control it and you are able to control. Night no control, so it shows its color. You need to calm down and do yoga nidra, all those things, meditation, pranayama. That will help you to control. And healing, of course. So 12 to 15 hours a day you breathe like this. That means you spend so much of heat and so much of, what do you call it, sound energy. Suppose someone develops a gadget by fixing it to your body. It can harness this heat and sound energy and convert it into electricity. You can charge your cell phone and run your tubes and whatever inside the room. And 3-4 people can run AC or heater together. Yeah. So that much of energy you are losing every day. So do you think we should lose that energy or we should conserve that energy? We have to conserve, right? So how do you conserve that energy? By minimizing friction while breathing. That means by smoothening your breath. So first golden rule of proper breathing is breathe as smooth as possible. So if you are breathing smooth, you are bound to breathe slow, right? If you breathe faster, how can you make it smooth? Friction will be more. So breathe as slow as possible is the second golden rule. If you are breathing slow, you're bound to take longer time because how to fill the lungs. So breathe as long as possible. If you're breathing long, you're bound to breathe deep. First fill the lowest, middle and upper. Empty the lowest, middle and upper part of the lungs. So breathe as deep as possible. These are the 4 golden rules of breathing, 4 pillars of proper breathing. Breathe as smooth as possible, as slow as possible, as long as possible, as deep as possible.
It's quiet too. You no longer hear the friction.
Yes, exactly.
But you can feel the heat still.
So remember these 4 words, golden words: smooth, slow, long, deep. SSLD. Mathematical formula for proper breathing is S square LD. Right? S square LD. SSLD. Smooth, slow, long, deep.
But it gives the sleep.
You give the sleep if you haven't slept enough. If you haven't slept enough, then it relaxes you. When you get relaxed, then you
Sleep.
How about the holding the breath in between from the time you breathe in and then breathe out? Should there be any like few second pause before you breathe
not
out?
with the constant regular breathing, you cannot do that. Maybe when you, as a pranayama, you can practice that. But you cannot, otherwise,
is it
every
good
breath
to
you
do
cannot
that?
do.
Is it good to do that when you're doing pranayama, to hold the breath for a few seconds before?
Yeah, it is good. That's why it is there. That's why yogis develop that technique. When you stop the breathing, what happens? You still the mind. So, and also you control the metabolic activity. So longer you can prolong that, better it is.
Oh, so we should hold our breath
We should
before doing
hold
the
our breath.
exhale.
Not in every regular breathing practice.
Not regular. I'm talking
But-
when we sit down to do the breathing.
Pranayama. When you do
Pranayama.
pranayama practice, that time they call it kumbhaka. Because till you are able to stop the breath, till that time there will be no change in your system. Your body comes to a standstill. The metabolic activity comes to a standstill. Okay.
Okay.
So the breathing should be these four things: smooth, slow, long, deep. And then besides that, the time taken for exhalation should be double the time taken for inhalation. Why? First of all, anything heavy that takes time to be, transported, right? Molecular weight of CO2 is heavier than molecular weight of O2. So naturally, it takes more time to be transported. That is one thing. Second thing, you can enter a movie theater easily without getting out. Entering movie theater easy because one by one you enter and big space. But getting out, everyone wants to get out first through that narrow door. So process becomes slow. Same thing happens here. Entry is easy because you're breathing in and you have big lungs, so air molecules can very easily flow in. Getting out, every air molecule try to rush to get out first and through that narrow tube called trachea. So process becomes slow. That's why exhalation has to be longer. Okay. And how much longer? Approximately double. So that's why the ratio is 1:2. On regular breathing, I'm talking about. There are different ratios for different purposes. But regular breathing, it should be 1:2. Right? So your mathematical formula is S square LD 1:2 for breathing, to remember. S square LD 1:2. Smooth, slow, long, deep, and inhalation and exhalation ratio 1:2. That's called proper breathing. Can you lie down and practice this with full knowledge? Place one palm on your abdomen, other palm on your chest area. Be fully aware of your breathing. Feel while inhaling how slowly air is entering your nostrils, flowing through your breathing tract, filling your lungs, expanding them, diaphragm being pushed towards your abdomen slowly coming out, and your chest gradually opening up. And while exhaling, feel how slowly air is coming out of the nostrils, emptying the lungs, pulling the diaphragm into your chest, abdomen going down towards your back, and your chest gradually contracting. Deep inhalation and long exhalation. Make your breathing as smooth as possible, as slow as possible, as long as possible, as deep as possible. The time taken for exhalation should be almost double the time taken for inhalation. 1:2 ratio approximately. Deep inhalation and long exhalation. Okay, now gently your feet together, arms over your head, interlock your fingers. Inhale and give a nice stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale and release. Now inhale, sit up. I think you went into heaven.
I'm just exhaling.
So Guruji, with practice, does it become like second nature?
Yeah, we'll come to that now. So now you understood what is the right way of breathing, right?
Which we don't follow.
Pardon?
Which we don't follow.
So let us see how to do that. So now, how long you should think in a day you should breathe like this?
All day long, every second.
Ideally, yeah.
Suppose you do 1 hour, what will happen? 1 hour you bring in a lot of oxygen, a lot of prana into your body and throw away all the unwanted carbon dioxide, unwanted things. It's excellent for you. But what about the balance 23 hours? Half carbon dioxide inside and half out. Would you prefer that way? No. So 24 hours you need to breathe like this. Now you'll say, okay, I will manage my 18 hours, but what about my sleep? 6 hours of sleep. If you do 18 hours properly, then 6 hours will be taken care of by your subconscious mind. Now, okay, what about this 18 hours? Do you expect me to leave all my job and watch my breathing? Possible? No. So instead of watching every moment, you need to watch your breath at regular intervals. That means every half an hour, once check your breathing and find out how it is. If you find it is incorrect, correct it with 8 to 10 perfect breaths. And how much time it will take? 8 to 10 breaths? Couple of minutes? Can you spare 2 minutes every half an hour? Yes? But you have to remember.
Ask my boss.
Ask your boss or your secretary. You need to have a personal secretary to remind you every half an hour. Oh, come on, time to breathe.
Sorry, I can't meet with you. I'm doing my breath work.
Luckily nowadays you have Siris and Alexas and so many people. So you can engage them. So siren will come in your phone. Time to breathe, time to breathe.
If you ask your boss, he'll breathe even back.
What's that?
If you ask your boss, he'll breathe even shallower.
Right, he will, right?
No, Siri will tell, Siri will call, say, oh, it's Carol, it's time to breathe. So start breathing properly. 8 to 10 breaths, then again go back to your job, do your work, then again after half an hour, again breathe. And how long you should do like that? 3 to 4 months. If you do 3 to 4 months of this breath watching every half an hour, you will see after 4 months, whenever you check your breathing, it is perfect. Because your subconscious gets programmed. If you keep doing every half an hour, your subconscious gets programmed. Once your subconscious gets programmed, it becomes a habit. Right? And once that happens, trust me, you will become a superhuman being.
With wings and everything?
Mm-hmm.
With wings and everything?
I don't know, but you will become a superhuman being. All your problems will vanish. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, even financial problems will start vanishing. You're wondering how it is possible. First of all, breath is not just an exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen, it's much beyond that. Your breath and mind are deeply interrelated. You can see whenever you're angry, you're agitated, stressed, your breath is faster. Whenever you're calmer, relaxed, peaceful, your breath is slower. So, if you want to calm down your mind, what to do? Slow down your breath, right? So, If you make a habit of breathing always slow, relaxed, deep breaths, what would happen? Always remain calm, peaceful, and relaxed. Now, don't you think this is the most economical method of stress management? Yes. You need not to spend money. You need not to go to some exotic beach or some even come to these places like this. Not really required. Anywhere, anytime, you can just calm down your breath, slow down your breath, and calm down your mind. So, most economical method of stress management, right? So, if you do that, what will happen? Your mind will be always calmer. So, once that happens 24/7, what will happen? Your mind is fully under your control. Now, what is the difference between an ordinary human being and a superhuman being? An ordinary human being is slave to his mind, and a superhuman being is master of his mind. You understood?
Mhm.
An ordinary human being listens whatever his mind or his or her mind tells, and a superhuman being commands the mind. Whatever he or she tells, the mind listens. So if you always breathe slow, relaxed, deep breaths, your mind remains always under your mastery, under your control. So you become a superhuman being. Right? Concentration and your breath are deeply interrelated. You can see whenever you're focused on something, your breath is slower. Whenever you're not able to focus your breath, focus your mind, breath is faster and irregular. If you make a habit of breathing always slow, relaxed, deep breaths, what will happen? You remain always calm, peaceful, and relaxed, and focused and concentrated in whatever job you are doing. Your lifespan and breath are interrelated. Yogis tell the number of breaths in a person's life is fixed. Breathe faster, finish the quota, get the ticket early. Right? But if you slow down that breath, prolong that breath, and take longer time for each breath, what will happen? You live longer. Choice is yours. You want to die with a lot of diseases and very early, then breathe faster and finish the quota. If you want to live a long, healthy, happy life, breathe slow, relax, deep. Then, energy aspect of breathing. When you breathe in, you not only breathe in oxygen, but also you breathe in something called prana, cosmic energy. Now, when you breathe in, you take in oxygen and also this prana and send it to every cell of your body. And cells absorb this oxygen and prana both. And while exhaling, you throw out carbon dioxide and something called negative energy, apana. So, along with carbon dioxide, right? So, when you breathe in, suppose, you have pain here. So, when you inhale, imagine the prana you're bringing in is going to this area. And while exhaling, you're collecting the negative energy and throwing out of the system. So, do few breaths, you'll find the pain has vanished.
Do you have to invoke Prana Shakti for that?
No,
No.
this is not required.
Okay.
Without doing that also you can do it.
Mm.
So after some time you can work on your pancreas, you can work on your neck or back, anything. Just breathe in and send prana to that place and breathe out, collect the negativity which is causing pain and throw out. Right? So the energy aspect of your breathing. You can see, you will never feel tired. I have seen people come in, complimenting, telling that, oh, I practiced your yogic breath. And now I climb, Sabarimala, there is a mountain in India. 7 mountains they have to cross to reach God. So Ayappa. They go by walk. 5 days it takes. So this man was around 69 and he told, oh, I practice breathing and young people are envious of me, jealous of me. because they were not able to walk, but I was able to walk. So if you employ breathing properly, then and be aware of your pranic aspect of breathing, then you will never feel tired. Secret of energy. No need of caffeine. Carol G. No caffeine. Prana in your breath is enough. Okay. And then the other aspect is aura. There are so many doctors, so many engineers, so many scientists, so many different people. Same qualification, but some of them are extraordinary, some of them are not so special. Why? Because of the aura. The aura is extraordinary. Whichever profession you are in, you shine, excel. And how do you develop that aura? One, by being born to parents having great aura. You know that. So many examples. And if you don't get that luxury, then being in the company of people having great aura. Your friends, if they're great, their aura is great, automatically they will help you to grow. If both luxuries are not available, you have to earn it. And how do you earn it? By meditating or by breathing. Then you bring in tremendous amount of cosmic energy, prana, and you send it into your aura, so aura expands. It becomes stronger and powerful. Whichever profession you are in, you excel in that field. And once you excel, then money will be a problem. You'll start earning a lot of money. Right? That's why I told you, even financial problem also will be solved gradually if you start breathing properly. Okay? So wish you happy breathing. Right? Now we'll quickly discuss about Yoga Nidra. Then we'll go for HRE. Yoga Nidra practice is in the night before sleeping. So, what is Yoga Nidra?
Yogic sleep.
Yogic sleep. Yes. Yogi sleep. There is a beautiful word, right? That is God. Very beautiful, right? God. Generator, operator, and
Destroy.
dissolver. God never destroys, He dissolves. So we have Hindu Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma's job is converting some energy into matter, right? Creation. And Vishnu's job is to maintain the existing energy and existing matter beautifully. And Shiva's job is dissolving all the matter back into purest energy. Right? So it is not destroying, it is dissolving. So he is not destroyer, he is dissolver. So Lord Vishnu is supposed to be the operational head of the universe, CEO of the universe, or chairman, or whatever you call. But this man is sleeping always, right? If you see Lord Vishnu, he's always sleeping nicely. There is a 1,000-headed serpent coiled into a beautiful bed, and he's sleeping on, resting on serpent's head and sleeping. And his consort, his wife Lakshmi, she does the leg massage. So it's so good, it relaxes. 24/7. Now imagine a CEO of a company sleeping like this 24/7, what would happen? Can he run the company well? Now he runs this universe so well. So is he sleeping? No, he's not sleeping. He's doing something else. He's not in sleep. In Sanskrit is nidra. So he's not in nidra. He's in yoga nidra. Yogi sleep. So what is the difference between both?
One's conscious, one's not.
When you go to sleep, your body and mind both go into sleep. Finished. But when you are in yoga nidra, the body goes into the deepest sleep possible, but mind remains fully aware, awakened, and absolutely relaxed. That is the state of yoga nidra. Okay. So how to get it? How to get into that state of yoga nidra? The 6 steps. First one is called physical preparation, preparing your body for yoga nidra. Second one is breath preparation, preparing your breath for yoga nidra. Then relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, relaxing the soul, and coming out of yoga nidra. These are the 6 steps. Now, how do you do preparing a body for yoga nidra?
Drink warm milk.
Mhm.
Drink warm milk.
Empty stomach.
You eat before certain hours, before you sleep 3 hours or 4 hours before.
You focus on each aspect of your body from the one.
Physical preparation,
Physical.
preparing the body for yoga nidra.
Expert and the one is to
Sattvic puja?
I'll show you now. Ushaji, you want to show or I'll show?
You can show.
I'll show. Okay.
Intimidating.
On the mat. You want it?
That's why the ground is
So this is Savasana, right? So first you have to take few slow, relaxed, deep breaths.